of course, now we get into the biggies. With the fact that all the villains from the multiverse, from all the previous films that we have seen and discussed, show up, that also means the two Spidermen that we've discussed had to show up. Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield as their versions of Peter Parker / Spider-Man.
Yep. And they show up the third act thanks to Ned.
Yeah, because Ned apparently has the ability to use magic. He opens a portal trying to find their Peter, but they end up letting in Andrew, and then letting in Tobey.
Yep.
And, oh my God,
the
moment, both of their moments were so fantastic.
Yeah.
Because it felt like they had not missed a step at all in their respective roles playing their versions of Peter Parker. It was fantastic. It was glorious. You know, with Andrew being the much more quippy, energetic type of Peter Parker, and Tobey coming in and being, that nice little shy, nerdy guy that we all remember.
Yep. And they interact a lot with each other, those two.
Yes. When they both see each other and that automatic thwip, flip.
Yep. Although Tobey doesn't dress up in his costume, doesn't have his costume on right away. He's just walking in civilian. Somehow Andrew's still going in as Spider-Man. Which I wonder how he took it when he was just flying around, swinging around, that people are attacking him, thinking he's the Tom Holland Spider-Man.
Oh,
how that went.
That's that has to be some deleted footage.
Yeah,
we got to see that.
Yeah,
we got to see that.
I know,
and I think that moment is when he's fighting Rhino.
Yeah.
I think that's where he got displaced, was fighting Rhino, or maybe even something else, because
he said it's 7 years. He said 7 years since he's been doing that.
Oh, so he's a veteran Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So he's been, and
same thing with Tobey, yeah.
And they both talk about the fact that they've been put through the ringer. And unfortunately for Andrew, he became a lot more cynical about it. He became a lot angrier about it. He stopped pulling his punches. And he regrets that. And he sees that this universe's Peter is going through the same thing, and he's trying his best to make sure that he doesn't go through that.
Yeah. Yeah, but I did like their interactions when all three of them were together.
Oh my God, it was fantastic. It was fantastic.
Yeah, and especially when Tobey showed that he was the only natural one with the cobweb.
Oh my God. What? You got... Yeah, we have our mechanical web shooters. What?
Well, why do you need that?
Why do you need that? Oh my God. That just came out of you. What? What? You don't have this? No.
And they continue the conversation up on the Statue of Liberty.
So, does it only come out of your wrists, or does it come out anywhere else? Only the wrist, guys. Only the wrist.
Yeah, I was wondering how they're going to reference that.
Oh, the God, that reminds me of that Family Guy joke.
Yeah. Yep, and what's funny, and then Toby's Peter stops Thomas Peter from almost killing Norman.
Yeah, because he remembers. He remembers. He remembers, how getting vengeance doesn't make things any better.
Well, they both saw it, but Toby was wondering was able to stop it first.
Yeah.
And gets stabbed.
Yeah, and for a moment I thought, oh my God, don't you dare tell me that the rumor is true that you killed Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. But fortunately, that wasn't the case.
Even though he acted like he was dying. At times.
True.
Until he got got better, got picked up by Andrew Spiderman. I'm in so much pain right now.
You're in so much pain, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
And just the banter that they have together, you know, when they're on the scaffolding waiting for the other villains to show up.
I know how to do a team. I've been on the Avengers. Awesome. What are they?
What is that? Wait, is that a band? Are you in the band?
You're in a band.
And plus, is Harry a joke to you, Toby? Don't you remember working with him in Spider-Man 3? Is he a joke to you? You know how to do teamwork. Just gonna disrespect that man after you talked about the fact he died in your arms.
Yep.
When Ned asked about friends.
Yeah, but I did like that. The 3-shot of all 3 of them together. To get ready to fight. That was an awesome shot.
Yeah. And plus, them doing science stuff.
Yep. And talking about their previous loves.
Yeah.
Yeah, Andrews is still solo because of Gwen. He hasn't found his MJ.
No. And you can tell it is still eating away at him.
Yeah.
That's why when MJ falls off of the scaffolding and
we all saw from the trailer that they digitally removed him and Toby and
yeah.
off.
And the fact that this universe's Peter couldn't get to her. Andrew runs, leaps, and catches her, and you can see
Tears.
the swell of emotion in him, like,
Yep.
I did it.
Yep.
I finally rectified the mistake I made to make sure no one else deals with that. And it almost brought a tear to your eye because we all wanted that moment for him.
Mm-hmm.
We all wanted that moment for him, and for him to finally get it.
Yep. Now let's hope he gets another shot at Amazing Spider-Man 3.
We need Amazing Spider-Man 3.
And possibly Spider-Man 4.
Yes, for Tobey Maguire as well. I would prefer Tobey to potentially be a mentor to his daughter. I want Mayday Parker, Spider-Girl.
Yeah, but how will they get Kirsten Dunst back for that? Well, they could get her back.
Yeah. Plus, she was in negotiations of maybe showing up in this, but...
Maybe she was in the lead scene.
Well, I don't think it got that far because they also might have wanted to bring Emma Stone in, but Emma was pregnant, so that idea fell through. Plus, as well, the idea of bringing Dane DeHaan in.
Mm-hmm.
We only needed one goblin, and we got the perfect goblin. But now, let's talk about some of the more...
The cameo.
Well, no. Before we even get into that, I mean, the story was fantastic.
Yeah, the story was awesome. The fight scenes were awesome.
Oh my God, the fight scenes!
Especially the final climax was really awesome.
Bruh, even before that.
Yeah, Doctor Strange versus Spider-Man was
yes,
really awesome.
Which utilized all the weird things that we have seen in the first Doctor Strange film.
Yeah, and this time his magic doesn't really work on Peter. He's like, oh, what? This is cool. Don't ever do that to me ever again.
And then let's not forget the freaking bridge fight between Peter and Dr. Octopus when Dr. Octopus first appears in this universe. Hello, Peter. Oh my God. It was fantastic.
Yep.
Though part of me does miss the idea of, you know, the tentacles being puppets. Mm-hmm. I do miss that, but I think it was a good thing they went with full CGI this time because the tentacles were able to do so much more.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, the fight in Happy's complex
Yep.
between Peter and the Green Goblin.
And all the villains also.
But mainly him and Goblin.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Goblin was in beast mode. He powerbombed Peter through.
Well, Electro also
He powerbombed Peter. He spinebustered this man through 2 roofs. Oh my god.
Yep. He also shot his power bomb, his pumpkin bomb.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Pete, no.
And like we said, the acting was really good.
Yes, everyone was in A1 performance. It was fantastic. Everyone brought their A game for this, even if they weren't physically there. Because you got to give it up for Rhys Ifron and Thomas Hayden Church as well.
Yeah.
And also with everybody had something to do.
Yeah.
Everyone was important.
And we got references from previous Spider-Man films also.
Yeah.
It was nice. Nice callbacks to previous Spider-Man films, especially when the other 2 Spider-Man showed up and talked about their experiences.
Yeah.
And also,
and also kind of giving us an idea of what went on after their films.
Yeah.
You know, I would love to see something involving that.
Yeah.
And, of course, we got to thank this film for explaining and introducing the multiverse.
Yep. After all the teasing that they gave us.
From Far From Home.
And other Disney Plus shows.
Yes, like WandaVision and Loki, which we will be discussing.
Yeah.
But, oh my god. Oh my god. The special effects and the CGI were on point.
Yep.
All the villains got upgrades as far as their overall presentation and look.
Yep.
I mean, yes, I enjoy with shirt Dr. Octopus, you know, with a nicer, better looking, you know, leather trench coat. And Goblin finally getting a much better looking outfit.
Yeah.
You know, instead of him with the freaking helmet, he now has a hood. He's got now these pilot goggles. Mm-hmm. And there's pieces of the hoodie on his tattered looking suit. He really looking like a goblin flying through the sky. Mm-hmm. And of course, like how I was saying with Electro, much more nicer, practical looking suit that kind of harkens to his iconic classic look. Mm-hmm. So, all the villains. Upgrades, people. Upgrades. Mm-hmm. And, God, what more?
The cameos.
Okay. Yeah, we got a couple groupings of cameos. Mm-hmm. As far as in-person cameos, of course, with talking about Peter having to face, you know, legal issues, he had to get a lawyer. And he got a great lawyer in Matt Murdock, played by Charlie Cox.
Yep.
Netflix's Daredevil exists in the MCU.
Yeah, but that was before they revealed Vincent D'Onofrio's in Hawkeye.
Yeah. So, yeah, some of the perfect casting that happened in other properties are now being brought into the MCU, but changed subtly and differently, so it's not 100% what they were from the Netflix shows.
Yeah. And sadly, the Sony leak kind of spoiled it, even though we knew it was happening.
Yeah, but the fact that it was confirmed and we got to see it happen.
Same thing with the Tobey and Andrew thing.
Yeah, I mean, there was still that part of me of like, I don't know. This is all adding up, but there's still like a 5% that this could all be a lie.
Yeah.
Or they could end up changing something.
Yep.
And we also got the introduction of another character which part of me wishes he would have been there for major fights and conversations, but we kind of understand. Eddie Brock and Venom, played by Tom Hardy.
Yep, that was funny. Him at the bar and asking the same bartender to repeat the same things over and over again, and Venom's like he just told you this for like the 50th time already.
Well, Eddie's drunk. He's confused.
And he's like, and you thought me calling myself like the Black Wonder was stupid with the Hulk. When they reference the Hulk, yeah. And then he disappears, leaving a trace of Venom.
Yeah, which they better go with the whole symbiote story.
Yeah,
for Tom Holland and do it right this time.
Yeah.
You know, as much as I love Emo Peter, there better not be any. And I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye. There better not be any of that.
Yeah. Yep.
We did get to see Betty.
Yeah, for a 40-second cameo.
Yeah.
She should have just stayed with Ned.
True.
Although it's revealed online that she actually joined the Bugle, the online one with J. Jonah Jameson.
Oh my God!
So she was a field reporter for it.
She was an intern for it?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
And she actually did an interview with Peter Parker before that. Yeah, about his secret being revealed. Yeah.
Now, was she much more fair and balanced, or did she go Tommy Lahren with it?
I think she just like a little bit like Tommy Lahren.
Boo! But that is cool.
Yeah, you can also find it on the Spiderman YouTube channel.
And plus, we also got to see Peter's, I guess, former teachers.
Yeah.
Yeah, Martin Starr as Mr. Roger Harrington, J.B. Smoove as Mr. Julius Dell, and Hannibal Buress as Coach Wilson.
And only 2 out of the 3 like Peter Parker.
Yeah, because everybody's going through this weird thing of we either see Peter as a god, or we see him as an absolute villain monster. And unfortunately, Coach Wilson sees him as the latter. Mysterio was right! You're the villain! Which I would have felt some type of way about that.
Yeah.
God knows.
Yep.
But that's not the only cameos we got. We also got some nice little CGI nods when the spell is getting much more,
We might still see him again in the next movie. The Doctor Strange movie, yeah.
Very true. Where the spell is getting much more haphazard.
Yeah.
And we start seeing figures in the sky. And some of them are very recognizable. Like we see the silhouette of Kraven the Hunter. We see the silhouette of Rhino from Amazing Spider-Man 2. That would have been cool to see Paul Giamatti show up. We saw the silhouette of a much more deep cut villain in The Beetle, which very nice nod. And we also saw the silhouette of Scorpion. And maybe even another variant of Mysterio.
Which I heard Mysterio was in the script of No Way Home. He was fighting Doctor Strange in that.
Oh my God. So the spell actually could have resurrected him.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my God. That would have been amazing.
Yeah, him and Rhino were both in the final script.
Oh, man.
That they deleted out. Yep.
That would have been awesome. I would have loved to have seen Jake Gyllenhaal back.
Yeah.
Oh, man. And we also see some silhouettes of allies of Spider-Man throughout the comics. Mainly Black Cat, Felicia Hardy, and Madam Web.
Mm-hmm.
All these possibilities just opened up.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't wait for them.
Yep. And they already announced who's going to be her in the spin-off already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I feel bad for her.
Yeah.
You know, because people stop it.
Yeah.
Just because a character is blind doesn't mean that you need an actor who is blind to play that character. I mean, look at Charlie Cox.
Yeah.
He can see, but he does fantastic as Matt Murdock.
Yeah.
Please leave her alone.
Yeah.
Victoria Johnson, I believe.
No.
What?
Dakota Johnson.
I'm so sorry. Dakota Johnson. I hope she does a good job and they give her something good to work with. Plus, I would love to see her show up.
Yeah, Don Johnson's daughter.
Really?
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope to see her maybe show up in some of these Spider-Man films.
Mm-hmm.
Because Madam Web is very important.
Mm-hmm.
Now with talking about all the good, there really wasn't too much bad with this film.
Yep. I wish Venom would have helped out.
That would have been cool, but they were already juggling, 5 villains and a J. Jonah Jameson.
And 3 Spider-Man.
Yeah, so... And I don't think they were allowed to make this film 4 hours, so...
No. Yep. Like I said, deleted scenes, maybe.
Yeah.
In an alternate fight, yeah. No Japanese Spider-Man. I really wanted a Japanese Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
It would have been good for Voltron, at least to come out once the spell was coming out from the Doctor Strange thing. He would have come out and probably helped with fighting like Mysterio or all that. That would have been.
You just wanted a freaking mech suit fight. That's all you wanted. You wanted a mech suit kaiju fight.
I also wanted a gag too, where he came up speaking Japanese and Tom's like, "What? I don't know what you just said, but thank you."
Arigato.
Yeah. That would have been a good funny gag. Thank you, other Spider-Man. I don't know what you just said, but thank you.
Spider-Man. Though apparently, I think the original actor did feel some type of way.
Yeah.
That he wasn't included.
Yep.
Hey, across the Spider-Verse, make it happen.
Yep. Or Doctor Strange too.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yep.
Everything that's ever been made a Marvel property now exists in the multiverse.
Yeah.
So
I still want Japanese Spider-Man on DVD or Blu-ray or streaming.
So wouldn't that make him the first Spider-Man film in the whole multiverse?
Yes.
Not Howard the Duck?
Yep.
Oh my God. Yeah, let that happen. So, with the final spell that sends all the multiverse characters back to their universe and erases Peter's identity of being Spider-Man, does that mean Peter doesn't exist anymore?
Yeah. Appears like it because no one...
I mean, he's no longer in school. He has to get his GED. No one recognizes him or anything. Does Peter even still have a birth certificate or a social security number?
I guess we'll find out in the 4th Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, there needs to be some explanation because it pretty much makes the whole idea that not just people no longer know that Peter Parker's Spider-Man, They don't remember Peter Parker existing at all.
Yep.
Oh, good Lord.
Mm-hmm.
That's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
That's heartbreaking.
The only people who remember him are now dead, Tony and Aunt May.
Very true.
Yep.
And I know some people have made the arguments of how did Electro... how did Electro show up in this Peter's universe without knowing Peter is Spider-Man?
Mm-hmm.
Now, some people have acknowledged the fact that as he was becoming pure energy and collecting electricity, he was also collecting data. So there is probably a good... And with him flashing from this universe to the other, that could have led to him learn about Peter Parker being Spider-Man.
Yeah, but he was still surprised with Andrew's Peter being white. He's like, oh yeah, that Miles Morales reference. Oh
Yes, that was fantastic.
yeah. Oh, I thought you were black. Oh, I'm just probably a black
You're
Spider-Man.
white?
Yeah.
I mean, there's got to be a black Spider-Man somewhere. Hey, who knows?
Yeah. Yeah, that was my favorite Jamie Foxx line.
I like that idea that most likely through Electro collecting all the electricity and data, he finds out, but he doesn't know the face.
Yeah.
He knows the name, but not the face.
That's interesting.
And plus, there's even still more good.
Yeah.
I mean, this universe's Peter learning with great power comes great responsibility.
Yep.
You know,
not just from Aunt May and the other two Peters.
Yeah. And Peter showing the villains mercy.
Yep.
And finally seeing Peter go through the culmination of the Spider-Man origin.
Yeah.
And him becoming the Spider-Man that we all know.
For the new trilogy.
Yes, him living alone in solitude in an apartment in New York City.
Possibly without no other Marvel interferences that aren't Spider-Man related.
Yeah, he's street level again. He's just your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And he makes his own very nice, very sleek, very bright version of the Spider-Man outfit, I think,
Yeah.
referencing from what he saw from Toby and Andrew.
Yeah.
And we see him get to web sling through New York City. Finally. Peter finally becomes the Spider-Man that we all know.
So, want to do the scores?
Sure.
Right. I give this 10 out of 10. Perfect score. Other than my nitpick about the Japanese Spider-Man, I still like this movie. Mainly because of seeing everyone from other universes together. I really love multiverse stories. And I hope that we get more great multiverse stories coming up in both Marvel and DC and Sony. Coming up this year for Year of the Multiverse. And you?
Great minds think alike. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. This is the Spider-Man film I always wanted. A Spider-Man film I didn't think that could be possible, but it happened, and I'm very happy it happened. This was fantastic.
But if you think that we're overloving it too much, go find us on Facebook, The Real Screen Team. Find us on YouTube. Please definitely comment, and definitely subscribe.
Yes.
I think we should reach to another mark. Reach to maybe 500 for the mark for how many for the next live stream. 500.
Yeah.
Get up there.
500 subscribers. We'll do another big live stream where we could answer some viewer questions and things like that. And then once we reach 1,000, we start the Patreon. we can start getting monetization from our videos. We'll do some viewer suggestions, and we can also, do some special videos only for Patreon.
But we're not done with Sony just yet. Before we leave, but we're not done with Sony just yet. We're back to doing our sort of TV review.
Yes, we're finally going back to the Valley. We're going to discuss Season 4 of Cobra Kai.
Yep. You want to roll us out?
Should we also let them know about the other thing we plan on doing?
We can do that after Cobra Kai.
Okay. Yeah, stick around. We're about to go into an even bigger endeavor. But thank you all for coming. Definitely come back and watch us again. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. It definitely helps. Thank you. Let's fade to black.